what I wanted to ask was, uh, is it based on a real life story of a person trying to struggle against the whatever land mafia or whatever, and what has been the response of? Have you so showed this in other communities where there have been these sort of struggles? Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for your question. It's not based on a particular like event, but it is something that happens in Costa Rica a lot, and in Latin America a lot as well. And actually, it's curious because when I started writing the film, I started with the part of the mourning and of the ghost in the mist, right? And back then, there was this famous murder of an indigenous community leader in Costa Rica that was involved in a land conflict. So that's like a direct influence. It like wasn't like this. He was involved in a land conflict because they were like taking back stolen indigenous land, and he was murdered. His name was Sergio Rojas. And then after 1 year later, the person who came to do his job after he was murdered as well, you know, because of that particular conflict that hasn't been resolved just yet. And Costa Rica is supposedly a very peaceful and democratic country, and I wanted to, you know, to discuss that with my society, with my country, you know, the fact that I think that we're actually a very violent society that doesn't accept its own violence. So yeah, like those two murders were like very influential on the film, but I don't see it as, you know, as based on that. And that was, what was your second question, sir?
Have you shown this to communities where this sort of struggle is happening?
Yeah. It's really interesting because the last place I was showing the film before coming to India was in Colombia, and there was a very big response that I wasn't expecting, you know, because Colombia has this big issue with paramilitary violence and stuff. So people really responded to that, and because it's Latin America and we have this like sort of special relationship with our dead, I might say, you know, I think like it was very interesting how we made that dialogue. Nonetheless, I was in Canada in September, and I was really surprised that people started talking about land conflicts in Canada as well, that I wasn't expecting. So I think I have been very lucky that the film has been in places where it can connect with the community and the community's pains, sort of speaking. And I feel like I'm very proud and thankful for that dialogue.